Hello everyone, ZC Infinity here, doing another one of these toy reviews that I sometimes do when I find a toy that I think is worthy of my attention. Which isn't often, but it happens. So you know what these are? These are Lego BrickHeadz. I'm sorry, I still can't get over the name. This is, well, basically Lego's attempt to Funko Pop it up. Now you know what Funko Pops are. They're those wastes of vinyl that kinda sorta look like a figure from pop culture, but are done so generically that they could just copy the design for anything else they want. And for some reason, people will pay tens, if not hundreds, if not thousands of dollars just for one of these little statuettes to sit on their shelves and stare at them blankly. You know, like this. And this is Lego's attempt at that, just to create these generic characters that are given as little detail as possible, that kinda sorta look like a character, but not really. But this time you can build them! Yes, you can spend even more money than a regular Funko Pop, so that you can get a bunch of Lego bricks, so you can build a kinda sorta character from that thing you kinda sorta like. And then you can take them apart and build something useful out of them. Like a cure for cancer. I don't know how you build a cure for cancer out of Lego bricks, but why don't you attempt it? I don't think anyone else has tried. So yeah, I do sadly own a couple Lego BrickHeadz because I bought a couple quite a few years ago to do a review on, and this set in particular I think my sister got me for Christmas many years ago, around that same time. This is the Mandalorian, of course. Hi, Mandy. Hi, Lori. Where's Anne? I don't know. It's that Star Wars show that everyone really liked, and then they didn't. Because that's how Star Wars properties go. But, you know, in terms of Lego BrickHeadz, I think this is one of the more creative ventures. I mean, you know, there's Grogu, you know, being the little baby Yoda that everyone loved him for before he did something in the show, and now everybody hates him. I don't know. And he's riding around in his little remote control crib, which I don't know why he does that, because he can clearly walk, you know, whatever. And then here's Mandy. I don't remember what the actor who played the Mandalorian is doing now. I do remember he got mad that he always had to wear a mask, so he kind of quit, and now he just does the voice of the Mandalorian, and the costume is now worn by stunt doubles. That's just what I've heard. But bottom line is that I did a review on these things quite a while ago, and my opinion hasn't changed since then. I think that these are just waste. I do not like the designs whatsoever. But apparently a lot of people did, because they are continuing to make these BrickHeadz. Apparently they were an instant success, and they're still going, almost a decade later. So, with the success of Funko Pops and Lego BrickHeadz, well, a lot of other building brick companies wanted to jump on the bandwagon and get a slice of that pie that they were serving up. For example, we have Mega Bloks Kubros, which technically came out first. Technically, this came out a little bit before Lego BrickHeadz, hence why I reviewed this before Lego BrickHeadz way back in the day when I had a blog. And clearly this is the superior product. I mean, look, it actually looks like something. It has a much better build. You can much more easily tell what he is. And look, even the arms move. And that part broke off. So clearly the more superior product, but these didn't last more than a year from what I understand. It's like that VHS Betamax war back in the 80s. The superior product was kicked out of the market by the more accessible product. So yeah, Kubros didn't go anywhere. And then we have LOZ BrickHeadz. Yes, some company from China decided to just straight up steal the design and name of Lego BrickHeadz and make their own figures that Lego couldn't get the licenses for. And despite the smaller bricks, I did say on my blog that these are the superior products, like Kubros. There's more articulation, better designs, better printing, and look, the head moves around. Also, you can take off Link's face here. He was a giant battle robot all along. So yeah, I highly recommend that you get the LOZ BrickHeadz over the official Lego BrickHeadz. At least when I bought this, I don't know. Do they still contain the creativity and quality that's found in this figure that I bought 7 years ago? 5 years ago? Something along those lines. Who knows? Who knows? And then there were Cube Dudes, also from LOZ, which, from what I understand, the design is stolen from a prolific Lego artist online. And well, even though they're not as detailed or interesting as the LOZ mini BrickHeadz here, they still have a bit of a charm, a bit of a design charm to them. So I still recommend them over the official Lego BrickHeadz. And even C3 and Fat Mojo had to get on the bandwagon when they were doing those brick sets based around Bendy and the Ink Machine, as this is a Bendy and the Ink Machine buildable figure. Yes, there is his gleefully evil face and his hands that they actually molded for the figure. Ooh, yeah, it's deteriorating. The rubber is deteriorating. Yes. I guess that fits in with the aesthetic of the game. You know, the game where the aesthetic is awesome and everything is absolute crap, and I don't understand why people like the game. No, so just sit over there and be overrated. And these are all the BrickHeadz type models that I own. There might be more, but I have no idea. But I think I can safely say that the craze has fully died down. Yes, it took about 5 years, but finally, all the building brick companies are done. No other building brick company wants to copy the aesthetics of the Lego BrickHeadz. I told a horrible lie. Yes, I was at my local Five Below just perusing the toy shelves, seeing if there were any interesting toys. And in the anime section, of all places, I found a building brick series simply known as Anime. Which anime, you may ask? Is it One Piece? No. Is it Death Note? No. Is it Demon Slayer? No. Is it Naruto? No, this series doesn't feel that it has to be held back by being related to simply one anime. No, it has to be all anime. It is the very definition of anime, the very concept of anime. It is simply anime. You know what that makes me think of? That harkens me back to the 90s, you know, before nerd culture was that mainstream, and so all the nerds were depicted as just social outcasts with square taped-up glasses and buck teeth with braces and white shirts with pocket protectors and you know, people who just obsessed over a certain thing, and that was their lot in life, because society just thought that because they were so obsessed with a certain thing, then they couldn't do anything else with their lives. They would never breed. So this just makes me think of how a show back in the 90s would depict nerds, depict the very definition of anime. You know, you just have one nerd going up to another and going, "Hey Dexter, you want to watch some anime?" "Oh yes, Sheldon, I really want to watch some anime." I'm trying to copy how they portrayed people who spoke with braces back then, but I don't think it's coming across anyway. Yeah, Dexter, I really want to watch some anime. I really want to watch some titties. Titties, big belts, huh? I'm gonna watch some ultra-violent anime, and then I'm gonna paint my miniatures. Oh yes, I really like to paint my miniatures. That gives you a +1 to strength and dexterity in our local RPG groups. Oh yeah, and then I'm gonna go found a computer company and get really rich. Oh, that sounds great. I'm gonna go build a thermonuclear device and blow up college because everyone on campus made fun of me. The 90s, where we had so many groups to hate and make fun of because they didn't follow society's norm. As opposed to today, where society is dead and we are legally obligated to hate and fear anyone and everything. You know, humanity's golden age. Alright, I guess I should get around to talking about the sets themselves. So these are anime. I think we ran that into the ground. And these are from BlockTech. Yes, there we go, BlockTech. From what I understand, BlockTech was a more European brand, but that eventually found its way over to the United States, and they've just made stuff. They mostly make just cheap Lego-like figures and sets, and from what I understand, they're actually one of the more higher quality manufacturers and distributors of cheap Lego-like building block sets. To the point they even have had some licenses. They made some Stargate and some Terminator and some Fast and the Furious. Once upon a time, I did feature the Fast and Furious BlockTech sets on my blog, as well as the other BrickHeadz sets that I showed you. I'm going to include links to all of that in the description if you're interested. And BlockTech is still going today, as evidenced by the fact I just recently found these at Five Below. So hey, good for them. Good for them to keep the building brick market going. You know, as opposed to Lego, where you could go bankrupt just buying one set from them nowadays. What else can we learn from the box? Collect them all? I believe we did. Block figure? Nah, really? Ages 6+, adult supervision required. Well, I'm over 6+, but I don't know if I consider myself an adult, so yeah, I'll be sure to choke on each and every piece. Collect them all, I think we already did. And yeah, it's just basically a repeat of the front on the back, just with less detail. Includes one anime block figure. Which anime? No, we already went over that. Build your favorite character. I don't think I have a favorite character. I don't know who any of these characters are. They didn't come with any name whatsoever. They're just there. I mean, we got girl, we got other girl, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's a boy, but the ribbons are throwing me off. And then we got old guy and even older guy. So, pick your favorite. And then, of course, down here we have the small parts, not for children under 3 years, even though it says ages 6+. And like I said, back in the day on my blog, I'd have this joke where anyone between those ages would have something horrible happen to them. You know, that was back when I was actually witty and smart and had an understanding of humor. Whereas today, I just make videos for the sake of making videos, and I have absolutely no smarts in my head. So why don't we put this camera down here, and I will push aside these boxes. Let's see what's inside a box. Oh, it's taped up. Can I just... There we go. That took a lot longer than if I just grabbed a knife and cut it off, but I like wasting your time if you haven't noticed yet. So what do we get in one of these boxes? We just get pieces. Where's the... Oh, okay. Oh, good. I was going to say that they didn't give us instructions. Are we just supposed to follow the front of the box as a guide? But no, these are the Block Tech, basically the trademark Block Tech instructions, where they list all the pieces at the very top, and then the rest is all printed on one sheet, and they go vertical with their instructions. You know, like Lego likes to print like 3 or 4 steps on each page. Well, I should say like 1 or 2 steps on each page. I'm thinking of like when you open the book and there's like 2 pages open at once, and then they have like 1 or 2 steps on each page, and the book is as big as Atlas Shrugged. But no, Block Tech can do all that on just 1 sheet of paper, and that's all they give us. So I don't know. I think I'm tired. I don't want to actually put these things together. I think I gave you a good enough idea of what these are, so I'm just going to go. Alright, since you've been so patient, I'll let you watch me put these together. And as much as I want to use Let's Fighting Love from South Park, I'm pretty sure I'll get instantly demonetized if I try to use that in this video, if not have the video completely blocked worldwide. So I guess I'll just find something from the library to get a license for that sounds vaguely anime-ish.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
And done. You know, I've had a lot of time to think while I was putting all these together, and, nope, I still don't see these as an anime, as anything anime-ish. I don't know, my best guess is that it's, well, I was gonna say that these were from like an old tale, like an old classical tale from Japan's feudal period. I was gonna say something like Journey to the West, but no, Journey to the West is Chinese. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe these are Chinese. Maybe, like, the original idea, the original name for these when Block Tech was coming up with this line was like Asian or Oriental. And then when they were going to take them over to the USA, they went, yeah, that name's going to fly about as much as that Celebrate Our Differences Wonder Chosen sketch. You know, the one trying to piss people off. And then they told marketing to come up with something that sounds culturally appropriate, but won't get anyone sensitive to flip. And they just went, anime. Yeah, these are called anime. Not even knowing what anime was and what country it was specific to. So who knows? Who knows? These could be Chinese. These could be Japanese. Could be Korean. Who knows? I mean, it's about as obvious what culture these are as what kind of property they're supposed to be representing if these are supposed to be anime. I guess we have, like, the classic tropes here. You know, we have, like, the princess, the magical princess who's pure of heart and has some sort of magical girl powers that control the weather and nature and keep the earth spinning as it should. And then we have the evil judge, evil magistrate, evil, I don't know, whatever law enforcers in feudal Japan were called, and he of course wants the princess's power, and he steals her away, and the land goes bad, everything's rotting, and everyone's turning evil, and all the animals are turning into monsters, and he just wants to rule the world, but he's going to be stopped by this young boy of humble origins. At least I think this guy's a boy. I don't know. I could say girl because of the hair ribbons, but I've seen young men of some Asian cultures wear their hair in ponytails here, or pigtails. Are these ponytails or pigtails? I've never understood the difference, but it doesn't matter. I've seen them wear these ribbons in their hair. So this could be like the young boy of humble origins who, like, works in a marketplace but is unhappy with his lot in life, life. He's like, I wish that I was someone better. I wish that I was somewhere where my talents could be appreciated. I do martial arts every day just because I can. Hoo-wah, woo, hoo-wah, hoo-wah, doo-doo. And his parents are telling him, well, he probably doesn't have parents. He's like raised by a guardian, and the guardian is saying like, calm down. You need to learn your place in the marketplace. And he's going, no, I must rescue the princess. Yes, because a spirit appeared to me in a dream and said that I must find the 8 pieces of the holy magical star so that I may stop the evil judge guy and save the world. Yes, and by the way, the guardian, you guardian are now dead because your farm caught on fire because the judge has evil forces and he has sent them to destroy the land even though the land is already being destroyed. So catch you later. Wahoo! And then oh, no, wait. No, yeah, this is his guardian. Yes, he has a sensei. He lives with his sensei, and the sensei teaches him the martial arts, but he also teaches him he wants him to remain controlled, to learn to hone his powers while he is doing all his marketplace chores. And then the dojo catches on fire and the sensei burns with it. But he's the guardian spirit of the young boy, showing up every time the boy is ready to give up. And he's like, oh, you need to look inside yourself and find your ultimate power. Yes. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up as I go because this isn't giving me anything to work with. But outside of the claim that this is anime, I do have to admit all the designs are really good. They're generic. That, like, even if this was based on an anime, it would be a very bland anime. I mean, so we just have the princess character, and like I say, either the young man or young woman or whoever who looks like these things look like mouths to me. These little bricks on the faces, they look like mouths, like puppet mouths. I keep expecting them to open and close like, rah, rah, I must find the ultimate power and save the princess, ha! And look, the princess has it too. Oh, yes, I must be rescued by the ultimate warrior who will find the pieces of power and save the land. Ah! And I guess this guy talks through his mustache. It kind of push these together. Oh no, I do not like this idea. I must stop this young man from getting the princess's what did I call them? The pieces of power. Oh, and then the sensei talks through. I think a little brick. There we go. Kinda. Let's leave it like that. And then this guy, his mustache doesn't move, but his eyebrows do. It's like, oh, you must find the pieces of of power and save the princess. Oh, yes, that is what you must do. Oh. Okay, but as I was saying, each design is unique. Generic, but unique. So, unlike those Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that I featured the last time, each body mold is different, and each one is built quite differently. So most of these have the typical ball joint with the ball joint brick holding the joint on. However, in the princess's case, she has little pegs. So each one has a unique body type. So the princess, she is thin and trim, and the young man is short but strong with clothes that kind of barely fit, and a basket he's just dragging on the ground because, he's probably 14, 14, but that's already marrying age in feudal Japan. I don't know. And then this guy, I was almost expecting this guy to have hands that would clasp together, that like he's holding them like a monk, some kind of monk, and then he'd be like floating. He'd almost be walking, he'd be like walking, but it would look like he's floating. I really like his hat up here. I like that you can adjust his hat. Just there's the little hinges on the top, so you can You can give him a little umbrella if you want, or you can make him look like a scholar. I believe this is what ancient scholars in Japan looked like. And then they made this guy so he's sitting, so he's meditating, so he's just I don't know, is this like a sensei, or is this like the emperor of China, Japan, wherever? I don't know, but I do like that they gave him an accessory. That's actually a bit of a problem. They only gave 2 of these models accessories. So we got the Sensei Emperor here with his wooden staff, and then we have the young man with his flower basket, fruit basket, I don't know. Fruits basket is another anime. But, I mean, you could have given the princess a flower or a star or a rose, put a little flower in her hand there. And then you could have given this guy a scroll, a sword, a staff. But I'm especially impressed with how they pulled some of these designs off. I mean, look at that. That's really good tessellation for the hair, for the front bangs. And then the eyes, she has stared into the void, and the void has stared back. But yeah, it's just uncanny without the pupils. I mean, look, even BrickHeadz knew to give them little pupils, so it doesn't look... Well, okay, with BrickHeadz pupils, it looks like they are high off their face right now, but at least it gives them some other personality than just the cold, dead-eyed look. So these... Well, I guess, like I said, these kind of look like puppets or dolls or something. I really wish that's something I really wish they could have done. They could have like put a little mechanic in here, like a little wheel or something, and you turn it and the mouth goes blah 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 blah, because it just looks like that's how it's supposed to look. That looks like how what it's supposed to do. In fact, I think they were trying to give somebody some kind of mechanic, because the magistrate guy here, he has a hole in the brick on his back. And no, this wasn't like the only brick that was included with the model, and like they included a brick with a hole by mistake. But no, this was actually detailed in the instructions to have this there. So I guess something was supposed to go back here, but they ran out of time, or their budget went over, and so they couldn't put a bag, a book, something on his back. I don't know. I really don't know. So, that is all I really have to say. This does not look... If this is an anime, it's a very generic one. It's not... I have heard that Japan is getting tired of the term anime, just like they're getting tired of the term JRPG. Yeah, I heard that recently, that Japan is starting to object to the term JRPG, because when you think JRPG, you think old-time, weird, turn-based, very grindy, very long games. But, with things like Dark Souls and Kingdom Hearts and Terranigma, somewhat Chrono Trigger, no, those don't go into the mold of the normal Final Fantasy-esque RPG that we come to expect of JRPGs. Heck, technically, Pokemon could be considered not really a JRPG. In fact, I believe that there were protests against calling Pokemon a JRPG. That's just how much Western culture hates JRPGs but loves Pokemon. Right, but they're objecting to anime, the term anime, in a similar manner, because when you think anime, you think shonen anime, you think Naruto, or Bleach, or Dragon Ball Z, animes that just go on and on and on and on and on, multiple chapters. They started in like the 90s and they're still going, and they're like every fight scene lasts for like 5 episodes, and it's heavily serialized with many arcs, and standalone episodes are extremely rare. And then you have a whole bunch of movies that have nothing to do with the regular anime that are just basically all one fight scene as well. But they're saying that's not fair because, there's Agretzko and Cowboy Bebop and Trigun and Castlevania, I guess, that don't exactly fall into those molds. Heck, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX and Pokemon technically don't really fall into those molds. Yes, they are serialized. Yes, they do tell their seasons to kind of tell one full story, but most of the episodes are standalones. Most of the episodes do contain stories that you can watch without having to watch every other episode before. So yeah, Japan is currently objecting to the terms JRPG and anime, so I don't know what to call these. Japanese animated movie. Yeah, I guess I don't really have anything else to say besides if you want some generic Eastern culture little building things. I mean, these are solid. These are solid builds. Well, okay, there were a couple warped bricks that I had to bend in the shape as I was putting this together, but not many. And the instructions were pretty okay to follow. The main problem was the colors weren't obvious. I kept confusing dark blue with black. I don't know, maybe it's just my eyesight, but they were pretty easy to follow. I mean, they went through like 3 steps in each step, but I could still follow along. I could still figure out what I was doing. And even when there was a mistake, like when they had those irritating little 2x1s that have like the little pegs that stick out on the side, and some are on the top of the brick and some are on the bottom of the brick. Let's see, can I take this apart to show you? No, I don't know if there's a place where I can safely, let's see. No, that's a regular peg. All right, so yeah, just those 2x1s that have those little pegs on the side that some are on the top part and some are on the bottom part, and it's really easy to mix those up. So once you figure out that you've done something wrong there, then you have to go back and take it apart. And so that was a bit of a problem. But otherwise, for $5, these are pretty good. These are pretty well designed. They're not the most interesting original designs out there, but for the price, I think you get your money's worth. And these do have a lot of bricks behind them. You know what these remind me of? These remind me of the D-Cool Cute Doll BrickHeadz knockoffs. Those, I've also featured those on my blog before. I didn't bring them out for this review because an earthquake a couple years ago ruined my brick sets, so they're packed away somewhere. Here's a picture of me owning them just to show you that I own them at one point. So even with their generic designs, these are technically better than Lego's BrickHeadz. I will go so far as to say. I mean, they're taller. Look at that. Yeah, they're taller at the very least. So I don't know, for $5 you get a fairly decent design of something that I guess you can just decide what it is on your own. You know, good bricks, good colors, very good facial features. Yeah, I'd say that's better than paying $20, $30 for something that kinda sorta looks like that thing you want, but is short and doesn't really have any recognizable accessories. I mean, it has accessories, but just like built with as few bricks as possible, so you can barely recognize what they're going for. So I guess if you'd want these or not depends on if you just want little, somewhat Japanese, somewhat Chinese little figures. So if you want some little figures for $5 that you can build and then you can just stick on a shelf somewhere and show people that you built them, then hey, go to your local Five Below and buy these. If you don't, then don't. I don't know why you would buy something that you don't want or need. So yeah, I guess my review just boils down to, if you want them, they're there. If you don't want them, then don't get them. And I still don't recommend getting any BrickHeadz, except for one reason. There is only one reason to get BrickHeadz, and it is the only reason why I get any BrickHeadz. Celebrity autograph fodder. Alright, so there's my review. Now, if you'll excuse me, I guess I gotta give some truth in advertising to the packaging, and I gotta make an anime out of this. Anyone super sensitive may close the video now. Ha! I have captured the Princess of Power, and now with the Princess of Power's power, I can rule the world. I have power over the wind, and the water, and the rain, and the fire. I have power over all the beasts of the land, and all of Japan will know my fury. Ha! Ha! No, wait! Oh, what is this? Who dares disturb my evil villainous speech? I am the brave warrior boy, ha! And I have come to destroy you, ha! For I have the 8 shards of the power of the star, ha! And I must use it to end you. Ho ho! Your power is no match for the princesses of power that I now possess, and I shall use it to do great evil in the land. But first, I must destroy you with it. Ho! Aha! Yeah, where is your 8 pieces of power now? They have protected me. That blow would have killed anyone else, but I am perfectly safe. Ha! Oh, but now you must prepare for my most evil blast. Oh, darkness and evil typhoon explosion! Oh no! The 8 pieces of the star of power have failed me. I am unworthy to use the power. Ha! No, you must not give up! Who is that? Ha! It is Sensei! Ha! Oh, yes, little master boy, you must use your power. Do not worry because the power comes from inside you. You must channel the 8 pieces of the star power, and it will be stronger than anything that the evil magistrate will send to you. Ha! I go now back to my place in the stars. Oh, yes, and now the world is mine. Absolutely nobody can stop me. Oh no, what is this? You are supposed to be dead. I must destroy you. I am dead. Oh. Ha! I have destroyed the evil magistrate of power. Now I shall wake up the princess of power. Oh, I am rescued, and now I am free to use my power to save the land. Woo! Magical Princess Twirlspin. Woo! And you are so handsome. I saw you one time at the marketplace, and I knew that our love was pure. We shall be married as soon as we get home. Now you must carry me there. Yes, princess, I shall carry you there. We shall go back to your kingdom, and we shall share your power. And I shall be king, and you will be subservient to me. Sounds wonderful. Oh! And now some weird British guy comes in to wrap things up. And thus ends the Prince of Power's magical arc thing. Tune in next week for Speed Racer. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the show. Good night, and... still more anime than anything I featured here.